Middlesbrough, who are our new leaders. And there's a bit of a sense that the league table has kind of lagged performance here. Obviously, Coventry had given themselves a massive lead with that crazy run of 11 wins in 12 games. That has kind of made things a bit artificial looking, because it feels like Borough, not just since Kim Hellberg walked through the door, but for at least the last 4 to 6 weeks, have been the best side in the division, whilst Coventry have been, well, we'll come on to Coventry on their slide in a minute, but they've been very much trending down. And the idea is that the league table has just kind of caught up with that big lead Coventry had put over and the actual current trend, which is, to most people's eyes, and especially looking at the first 20 minutes of that game last night, the Middlesbrough are playing the best football in the league right now and are the best side. How will that transpire over the final 15 games? I've chosen a selection of things to look at there. So last 12 games, Borough actually third in that particular form table. Obviously, it does factor in the 4-game run where they only scored 1 point. So that just blotting the copybook slightly for Borough. However, whatever you want to say about Rob Edwards, there was a nice points total on the board when Kim Hellberg arrived, which means third place form over that 12-game period, plenty enough to make the overtake on Coventry for sure. I've got home and away up there, and that bodes well as well. Borough are the second best home team in the division. By the way, I'm using points per game, not total points for homes and aways. And I guess this is the one that makes the difference at the moment, especially when we go through and we see maybe more consistency between home and away for Borough. And Kim Hellberg mentioned it himself that in this recent run, they've won away games in different ways. It was a bit chaotic against West Brom and they got a last-minute winner. Stoke, they had to come from behind with a strong second half and, use whatever words, superlatives to describe last night. That was just a front foot, brilliant game of football. And they were able to win in each and every way in this current one of 6 straight victories. XG table in there again. If you get triggered and angry by this sort of thing, then please stop watching and, try and do something to relax yourself. I've used the XG difference there, and it just gives us some kind of guide on chances for and against. And Borough are looking very steady in all of those metrics. I know we'll always get some reductio ad absurdio comments about just looking at the league table. If you just want to look at the league table, what the hell are you doing watching a video of someone talking about it? Just read your league table and leave me alone if that's the case. But Borough tracking very well and very consistently across all of those metrics. I've put the head-to-heads in. It's a nice period this now for Borough because they're playing so well and you almost want the head-to-heads to come when you're flying, don't you? And obviously Sheffield United wasn't a head-to-head in terms of top 5 teams going against one another, but it was a big game against a Year 2 parachute team and a side in great form. Obviously, we go to maybe an even bigger game next week away at Coventry, and Borough still have to face Millwall at home. And I think round 42, they face Ipswich. How the table will look then, who knows? We'll bring the table up at the end of this video. But right here, right now, Borough have a 7-point promotion cushion on Ipswich in third. But we're talking about the title race today, aren't they? And right here, right now, with all the trends, all of that stuff being said, Borough look your best bet to go on. And I've noticed with the Championship that we get win streaks, don't we? I think Derby had a 5-game. Coventry have had a 5-game and a 6-game. Borough had a 4-game earlier in the season. A few clubs have had 4-game win streaks. They're currently on a 6-game win streak. when it goes to 7 or particularly 8 games, go and look it up. Teams that have 8-game win streaks in a championship season or in any 46-game league tend to be promoted, don't they? That's a big chunk of points going on the board in one go. And remember, at the same time, your opponents are probably not getting anywhere close to that number, and it sticks a massive dent in that particular period. I mean, go figure analysis. Yeah, win a load of games in a row, go up the table. But that number, when it goes to 8, does particularly seem to be the one. And they're 2 games away from it right now, Borough. And I assume most people's favourites to go on and do this now with the momentum, the good feeling, the window closed, the current win streak, and last night's exhibition at Sheffield United.